Menteri Ketenat liengsuin kin jarapu Ramohan Naidu hakakat sauterik unai wing ulawan ban pelai ya ke liengsuin Seaplane kabala ban hiar hasuin bat ha kejing persyang hapok kepung umiam Ribhoi district ha kejing dan lang Menteri rang ba kejela Conrad ke sangma. Ha kejing keren uni Menteri ulaong ka India ka don haduk kumba shi hajar lais pak teli ki deulenong ki jaka ki bakentup ya ki wa ki pung bat ki jaka khap duriau ki balong kadau ke bakongsan berpendon kam ya ki Seaplane na ke benta ban kentiu ya ki than ha ka liang karoi kapar ha ki babun ki liang nga penti kena ya ke jing kersyan na ke benta ban kentiu ya ke umiam airport lembat ki weipat ki jing don kam ha ka liang ki kam pynheh liengsuin sya ke sorkar Meghalaya. Ila pentri kam ya ki kendon ki ban kam pensuk ha ka bai dei bat ki kam pynheh liengsuin na ke benta ban kentiu ya karoi kapar jong ka rihi barok ka wei ulaong. Menteri rang ba ke jela Conrad ke sangma ha ke jingkran ulaong ba ke ne ke jing persyang pynheh ya ki ne ki Seaplane bala khot penlong da ketenat transport ke sorkar Meghalaya ha ringkat ke jing trilang bat ketenat civil aviation ke sorkar India. Ha ka jingkran pli UCM ke jela ulaong ha ka bekut jong ki snem khandai pho haduk ki pedeng jong usnem arhajar kum unong sengkang ubadang sedang ngalale sya ki jaka per jong ka than sya te lami ngi jong kari India ka bashimpor haduk kumba arpho kenta da ka bas ban poi sya ki nong ba jong ki jela khamtam sya kohima ifal bat ki weipat ki jaka ban penyat ya ki kam ki jam jonga ngalas nguthu ya ke jing duna halor ki jing dawa hakilat penyaso bat ki jing ki bangaya kendu ha kate kapor bat habang yuan ha ka sorkar ha usnem arjar khatpra ki liengsuin kila kelalong ki benta bakongsan ban kentiu bat wanra ka jing kelang Pula ongru da kejing sedang ya ke skim udan ha usnem arhajar pra kalawan rak shisha kejing kela ke bakrau hakilat penyaso ya keri India bat khamtam ke jela Meghalaya bat kathan syate lami ngi kumjo. Menteri rang bak duk keri ulabu ya ka kum kamat ban penyaso ya ki headquarter jong kathan sya ki weipat ki jela ki bakhamrit bat ngilasaki ya kene kejing kela ka bompat juja hakine ki prasnem baladem. Mentang ilak ban lej ban wan tang hapok kendiat kenta syaki weipat ki nong bak jong ki jelak ling baki liengsuin bat layo iru ya ke jingkela ke bakrau bat ke jingkiu hakikam khai pateng bat kilat penyaso ula menram habakren halor ki jing ki baya kendu Conrad ulaong ngilamat shibun ki jing ha ka baya dei bat kekat liengsuin Shillong airport ha umroi bat ngidang shim ya ki sinjam bat pynheh ya kelenti ya liengsuin na ke benta ki liengsuin ki bahe kum ki Airbus A320 bakin kiu bat hiar Ngilala ru ban penne ya kejing penyaso sya Delhi henringi kwa ban penyar ya kata ka network. Ngi don ru ya kejing angnut ban pentri kam ya ka Baljak airport hatura bat ngati kena bada kejing kersyan jong ketenat penyai liengsuin kani kan sa urlong shisha. Kini ki liengsuin bala pen ipat ba ki bala ban her hasuin bat haki jaka kidai ki bala shna da ka de Havilland aircraft ka Canada limited bat penyai da ka Spice Jet. Hakani kasngi laya don lang ru usumbut menteri rang ba ka jela uba sniaw halang dha uba daman bai lamare MLA ka umroi chief secretary ka jela uba DP wa lang director ketenat transport usan J Goyal kinong mi khman na ka de Havilland aircraft ka Canada limited lembat ki weipat ki he sorkar ka jela bat ka sorkar pedeng
been launched which was specifically focusing on seaplanes before. Now we are doing the Udan 5.5 also for seaplanes, and there will be no need for waterdrome license for the water aerodromes, which was initially a great challenge for us to build these water aerodromes. And the commercial pilot license holders can now directly obtain seaplane ratings that will allow them to fly seaplanes altogether. And I believe it goes without saying that these guidelines, along with seamless integrating seaplane operations into aviation's landscape, would also lead to creation of jobs in supporting the regional economy. I want to make seaplanes a symbol of country's economic growth, innovation, and commitment to inclusive development. And for that, we all need to collaborate together, and other states need to come forward, just like Meghalaya, to align with the commitment of establishing multimodal connectivity in the country. And you look at the advantage that the seaplane brings today, and you compare it with the traditional airports that we have. When you want to build an airport in the country, it needs up to the tune of 1,000 acres or more to have a proper airport. And there are many locations in the country where people aspire to be connected through the aviation, but there is a challenge of building the airport. Now, wherever these challenges are there, now we can still bring the air connectivity to that region if there is a good water body. And it can be a dam, it can be a reservoir, it can be a river, it can be the coast, it can be any kind of water body that is 200 meters long, and then we can land the seaplane there and provide them the seaplane connectivity. And India's coastline, which is 7,517 kilometers long, offers a wide opportunity for running the seaplane network along with the lakes of the country. And the seaplanes offer a unique solution in providing last mile connectivity, particularly in regions where traditional infrastructure is limited due to the terrain challenges that we face. And seaplanes can offer direct routes, reducing dependency on long road travel and bringing remote populations closer to urban amenities, healthcare, and also educational facilities. Unlike airports, seaplanes require very minimal infrastructure, just a water runway and a docking area, and this is far more affordable and easier to implement, making seaplanes a more economically viable option for expanding air connectivity across the region. And seaplanes typically fly at a lower altitudes, which reduce congestion also in the commercial airspace, and it also is with lower operation costs. And seaplanes can provide access to flood affected areas, coastal or isolated areas, making them invaluable for emergency relief operations. And in times of natural disasters, they can deliver aid and also evacuate people from areas where road or rail transport can be a challenge. For communities far from postal hubs, seaplanes offer a unique opportunity to bridge the gap of connectivity. They can be used to transport cargo, mail, and other essential logistical networks. And for communities, this is going to be a great opportunity for them to connect to the rest of the country. And if I talk about Meghalaya, the seaplane routes have the power to revitalize the tourism in the state. And I like to quote my leader and Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Nara Chandrababu Naidu, who famously says that we have all seen socialism, communism, humanism, and many other isms throughout our history. But the only ism that is going to survive and take the future is going to be tourism. So we all need to enhance the tourism in the country. And we all need to continue to support the tourism. And one of the biggest things that we can add to our tourism in the country is the seaplane network. And you would have seen today, we as a minister for airports, who takes care of the airports also, we are trying to bring nature to the airport. We are trying to connect them, mimic the airport buildings so that people can stay more connected to the nature. But today you have seen that this is nature itself that you're landing when you're landing in the seaplane. So this is the best kind of airport that you can have, with least cost but with the maximum satisfaction of being in the nature. And the beauty that you find when you're landing in the seaplane, because they are flying at a very low altitude, the kind of view that you can have from the seaplane itself, it's a totally memorable experience for all the travelers who choose seaplanes. Taking landscape, I am totally in awe with the beauty of this state and especially Meghalaya. I now realize why it is called the Meghalaya, the abode of the clouds, looking at the beautiful landscape that is in front of me. So I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, who has made this a possibility here to have the seaplane demonstration here in the beautiful Umyam Lake. And not only a technological milestone for us, but a tribute to the vision of connecting India in a new and innovative way. I am reminded of the Prime Minister's first journey in the seaplane in the year 2020, when he has made an inspiring journey from the majestic Statue of Unity in Kevadia to the Ahmedabad. That wasn't just a symbolic flight, it was a powerful message across the country that we stand for unity along with accessibility, demonstrating the potential of seaplanes to bridge hard-to-reach destinations and elevate regional tourism. The Prime Minister's journey from Statue of Unity sparked enthusiasm amongst industry leaders and also the state governments. And it underscored the importance of bold initiatives to make aviation more accessible, efficient, and more people-centric. And it is an endeavor that brings the spirit of Udan scheme to greater heights. And today, as we take the seaplane operations from here in Meghalaya, we witness the unity of purpose between the center and Meghalaya under the leadership of my dear friend Conrad Sangmaji. Just as the Statue of Unity stands as a symbol of national pride, The collaboration between the central government and Meghalaya is a testament of how unity and cooperation can transform the country and the state. Together, we are creating a pathway for pioneering seaplane industry that will unlock economic potential, boost tourism, and connect communities across India like never before. And I'm confident that this stage that we have set today is going to thrive the seaplane network across the Northeast and across the nation together. Despite the initial challenges, like our Joint Secretary has mentioned, there were some initial challenges, like since the initial launch of seaplanes. But with the particular change in the guidelines that we have done today and taking a very flexible and pragmatic approach to ensure the continued growth of seaplanes, we believe that we are going to see something spectacular happening in the coming years. Drawing inspiration from the success of NSOP operations for helicopters and small aircrafts under the RCS Udan scheme, we at the Civil Aviation Ministry launched comprehensive seaplane guidelines on the 22nd August of this year. And these guidelines prioritize the safety and security of operations and define the responsibilities of all the stakeholders that are involved, ensuring a seamless and efficient seaplane operations across the nation. I would say that the adoption of non-scheduled operator permit framework for seaplanes is a significant step forward in the government's commitment for enhancing regional connectivity in the country. And the extension of the viability gap funding under the RCS to seaplane operations would provide the initial support which is very much required for the seaplane operations. The regulatory framework for seaplane operations, which was established in 2008, was long due for a review, which has now been completed with the guidelines based on industry demands, promoting the ease of doing business. 6 watered aerodromes being developed under RCS Udan with 36 new seaplane routes have also been awarded. And I have to tell that today we are doing another round of Udan, especially for the seaplane network, which is going to open up new impossible locations that have to be connected to the air connectivity. Minister, to provide us with the intel of offering us more sites like this, is talking about his own homeland, which is the Tura area, which can also be connected through the seaplane network, and many other areas where there could be similar water bodies or lakes or river points which can be connected to the seaplane network. So with active consultation with the state governments and the industry partners, we can come up with these viable routes which can open up the new possibilities in running the seaplane network. And we can take it a step further because we are having it included in the Udan network also. So the viability gap funding and the little support that is required from the government can also be provided, as we are utilizing the RCS Udan scheme also for the seaplanes. And in India, seaplane development is still in its nascent stages, with most seaplanes being imported from foreign manufacturers. However, Indian companies and government agencies have the required competence in seaplane manufacturing and development. And as a minister, I would like to push forward our Indian industry also into more competent manufacturing of these seaplanes in the future. And leading manufacturer of aircraft in India, just like the HAL, has the capability to develop and manufacture seaplanes in the country. And Mahindra Aerospace, involved in the production of general aviation aircraft, with their experience in aircraft design and production, they can potentially collaborate with foreign seaplane manufacturers for having these seaplane manufacturing in the country itself. And as we embark in this journey, it is instructive to look at countries that have successfully integrated seaplanes in the transport ecosystems. And one such example that we can take here is the example of Maldives. Maldives, it would be as big as, probably if you combine all the islands, maybe some medium-sized state of our country. And if you look at the number of seaplanes operating there are more than 110 seaplanes. Just one country operating totally on one sector, which is tourism sector, they are operating up to 110. And how many such lakes are there in India like this, where you can have the opportunity of running seaplanes? And in fact, if you start in Delhi, it takes you probably 3 hours to reach Guwahati on the plane. And from Guwahati, if you have a seaplane connectivity to the Umayam Lake, then it will probably take you 15 to 20 minutes. So in 3.5 hours from the capital city of Delhi, you're in the rich beauty landscape of Meghalaya in the Umiam Lake. And if you start in Delhi by road, imagine how far you would get. You would not get more far than 50 or 100 kilometers with the traffic in the city. So you have, look at the potential that the seaplane operations and the air connectivity is offering to the people of this country. Now Meghalaya is such a place that people not in the northeast or in the country should come and visit this place. With the kind of setting that Meghalaya has, I believe that people from across the world have to come and visit this place. That is the potential that this place has. And how do you make it possible? By improving the connectivity, by creating the confidence that the connectivity is so strong in the place. And that is what we believe that the Seaplane network is going to bring to the tourism industry, to the logistics industry, to the air connectivity of this great nation. And if you look at just like Maldives in Canada also, there is a strong seaplane network. There are more than 5 lakh passengers just traveling on the seaplanes itself every year. So if you compare your country with countries like Maldives and Canada, you will imagine the potential that the country has today. And we need to move in that direction. We need to give boost to the seaplane operations. Governments have to come together. Industry has to come together. We have to collaboratively work that so that in the future we have successful operations of seaplanes in this country.
And I remember it used to take about 20 hours to get to Imphal from Shillong. And it was quite a difficult journey. And when that happened, you know, those kind of experiences were difficult to forget. It's quite a difficult journey, I should say. And in 2018, when I took over as Chief Minister, one of the very important points, turning point, I should say, for the civil aviation sector was the Udan scheme that had come up. We had some hurdles out here in the Umroi airport, and I'm very happy to mention to all of you that through a lot of great difficulty during that time, we managed to make the Umroi airport functional, and with the support of the government of India and in fact the visionary leadership that the Honorable Prime Minister has given to ensure that the connectivity between the regional headquarters, the smaller states and smaller airports could pick up. The Udan scheme came, and it was a major game changer. And today, you can go to Imphal, you can go to Agartala, you can go to Dimapur, Aizawl, and it's, within an hour you are there in those locations. So therefore, that it has on the trade that takes place between the states, the regional trade that has improved, the tourism overall that has improved, the overall connectivity among the people that has improved, entire landscape and overall, the economy of the region has got a major boost because of this connectivity that is brought up. And I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to really take this forward in a much more aggressive manner with, the seaplanes also being a part. I was told that you just require 200 meters of water body landing space and about 5 meters of depth for a seaplane to land. And these are some things, if you look at it in the Northeast, it is actually possible to even create these water bodies, which will be much more cheaper than actually building up a new airport. So you just put up a dam, which may cost just about 10-15 lakhs, literally, if the location is quite good. And you have a landing strip. So it's really something that can be really worked on, and you can actually, because of the large amount of rain we receive in Northeast, we can actually create water bodies in different locations to facilitate the landing of such planes. So it's really something that's going to really open up the sector, and I'm sure that we will see many locations that will come up in the future. In fact, even in Tura, my constituency, we are working towards building up a large reservoir because of the water issues and the crisis that we expect will happen, maybe 20 years, 30 years from now. So if we create the reservoirs and keep them ready, then we are taking care of the requirements for the next 35, 40, 50 years. And that water body will easily be able to accommodate this particular plane in the future. Facilitator for the larger picture of what we are doing with the economy. So these seaplanes are going to be just seaplanes if we are not able to connect them or make them part of the ecosystem that we need to create. And therefore, the tourism sector will play a very important role in the success of the seaplanes that come in. How do we integrate the experience of a seaplane on a Umiam Lake with the stay that the tourists will have, in the resorts out here? So just to share with you, this place that you are seeing right now, we are going for a massive changeover of this place. We have opened up bids to put up a 7-star resort out here, and we are getting bids coming in, as we speak. I think it's just in the pipeline. So I'm hopeful that in the next 2 to 3 years, we will be having maybe one of the best resorts in the entire Northeast region right here in this spot that we are standing on right now. And how do we connect with the plane experience and the resorts and the entire tourism sector will determine whether these kind of technology in the seaplanes will be a success or not. So hence the tourism stakeholders must connect and must be able to work together with the aviation team so that we can actually make it sustainable. Government will have to play the initial role to support so that their sustainability is there, the practical side is there, and be able to move forward. But at the end of the day, it must be sustainable through tourism and other sectors working together. So I'm very hopeful that that will happen. From the tourism point of view, we are very happy today that Shillong is one of the most sought after destinations. That's exactly what the word is. There's a Sky Scanners travel trend report that came out that that Shillong had even surpassed Azerbaijan's Baku as the most sought after destination for Indian travelers in 2025. So that's the kind of the attention or the opportunity that Shillong and Meghalaya has from the tourism perspective. We have had a lot of critics, that have been very critical of the different programs and policies that we have been trying to push as a government, the different festivals that we've been having. Yes, they had their concerns saying that government is spending a lot on festivals, but this is the result of that. So today the investments we have made in different tourism sector programs has resulted in what we are seeing, making Shillong one of the most desirable destinations. So these things take time. It's not that we do things today and we see the results tomorrow. When you plant a seed, it takes time for the fruits to come out, for the tree to grow. But today, after few years of a lot of investment, a lot of structuring, tourism is not just one sector. It's a full ecosystem that you need to develop, from connectivity to basic things like infrastructure of hotel stays, to the manpower that's required, to the beautification of locations that are there, so on and so forth. And hence, it was a very long journey, but we are finally seeing that the investments today we are making in tourism, whether it's in different festivals that people were criticizing earlier, we are seeing that the results are finally showing. And Shillong has become, as I said, one of the most sought after destinations for Indian travelers in 2025. And what is more important is, as we know, the tourism sector, the returns are very high. So whatever investment you make, the money comes into the economy. That's very important to remember. And therefore, whether it's the hotels, the homestays, we have over 700 homestays that have come up in the last 3 years, and we're going to target another 2,000 homestays. And hence the tourists coming in are spending money which is going straight to the people and the public and the citizens of our state. The different eating joints, the different taxis, the different kind of other infrastructures, all of these benefit, and people get the benefit of this because of development of tourism. And that is why this entire process of having the seaplane today coming in is going to be a new experience, is going to be a game changer, I should say. And I'm very excited, in fact, to see this particular aircraft, because as I said, this is like an amphibian aircraft which can land even on land or ice and water. And I think that is very unique, and it's something that is quite suited, I should say, for the Northeast region.